The establishment of the city of Fier dates back to 1777. The first buildings are the bridge over the river Gianica and the Church of St. George. Two-story buildings of a French-style architecture were erected on both sides of the main street. The city is located 110 kilometers from Tirana, 108 kilometers from Mother Teresa Airport. The theater, the art gallery, the library, the football stadium, the sports palace, the historical museum, and the culture center can be found across the modern city of Fier. The average annual temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. The radiation is calculated around 2,000 hours of sunshine per year. Archaeological, coastal, and agro-culinary tourism is developed in this region. Apollonia. It is the tourist destination of Fier with about 100,000 visitors a year from all over the world. It is the main tourist destination in the municipality of Fier, which also marks the highest number of visitors from your country and Albanians. The National Archaeological Park of Apollonia is one of the most important national sites, declared a cultural monument. Apollonia is the largest and the most important cities of antiquity in the entire Illyrian territory. The city was founded by about 200 Hellenic settlers who came from Corinth and were led by Gylaco in the territory of the Illyrian tribe of Tolans. Apollonia is one of 30 colonies founded along the Mediterranean Sea, named after the god of light, Apollo. It was founded 620 BC by Corinth and Corcyra and quickly became a magma arbs et gravis, great and majestic city, as Cicero would call it. All the ancient authors would write about Apollonia: Herodotus, Thucydides, Aristotle, Cicero, Caesar, Pliny, Stephen, the Byzantine, Plutarch, etc. One of the most successful emperors of the Roman Empire studied in Apollonia, Octavian Augustus, who was accompanied to Apollo by his associate and friend Agrippa. Apollonia would become one of the first centers of the spread of Christianity. The heir of this tradition was the medieval monastery and the Church of Saint Mary, considered one of the architectural masterpieces of Byzantine art. There are many Byzantine and post-Byzantine churches in Fier, which are quite well preserved. The Church of St. George in Libovsha, built in 1776, a typical basilica of Zvicer. The Church of St. Nicholas in Vana, built in 1777. It is located about 15 kilometers from Fier and stands out for its frescoes and unique architecture. The frescoes depict various scenes from the Old Testament. Monastery of Saint Cosmai. It was built in 1814 by Ali Pasha Tepelena in honor of Saint Cosma of Etoli. Currently, this monastery is one of the most beautiful in Fier due to its unique architecture and history. Every year, on August 24th, near this monastery, the Saints' Day is celebrated, where pilgrims come from all over the world. Pöles. It is a national archaeological park. It is located 25 kilometers from the city of Fier. In antiquity, it was one of the great cities of southern Illyria, and according to the legend, it was founded by Neoptolemus, the son of Achilles, the hero of the Trojan War. At the foot of the ancient city lies the river Vjosa, considered the wildest river in Europe. Ardenica Monastery, built in 1282 by the Byzantine Emperor Andronicus II Peleiologos. This monastery is considered one of the most beautiful monasteries of Albanian Orthodoxy because of its architecture and frescoes of one of its churches. In this monastery are located the Church of Saint Mary from 1743 and the Church of Saint Triad. The Chapel of Saint Triad is a small chapel. built around the 10th century. At the altar of this church, at noon on April 21st, 1451, our national hero George Castriot Skanderbeg laid the wedding wreath with Andronika Araniti. The ceremony was held in the presence of Albanian princes and ambassadors of Naples, Venice, etc. This has made Saint Triad and Ardenica world famous. Coastal tourism. Fierit has a coast with a length of more than 30 kilometers, which is washed by the Adriatic Sea. The beaches are sandy, 120 to 150 meters wide, with warm and shallow waters, and completely virgin. The sand of all Fierit beaches is rich in curative iodine, and they are bordered by forest crowns with soft and wild pines. The coast is rich in lagoons and wetlands, some of which are populated annually by flamingos and many other migratory birds. Characteristic of the coast of Fierit are coastal winds, thanks to which extreme water sports such as kite surfing, windsurfing, etc. are developed. These sports take place on the beach of Darezeza, Seman, Pišporo. In Darezeza, as one of the pearls of the coastal beauty of the Adriatic, in addition to extreme sports, nationwide horse competitions take place every year.